Hell with Wile E. Coyote. Let's do the big man right here. Let's do Bugs Bunny.
Now I know there's a 6'3"
Hey, he don't see that man. I know there's a Samuel Jackson around here somewhere. You're at dtmerch.com. There's so many other things that you can do over there and see, such as our new videos that are up on TikTok and up on YouTube. But what I really want you to do is I want you to go and first of all, you can start by looking at that banner in the middle of DT Merch, clicking that so you can go over to x1entertainment.com/double-toasted so you can get tickets for Double Toasted live in New York City, Brooklyn to be more exact. That's April 1st. And that's going to be a show starting at 8 p.m. at the Roulette Intermedium for a night of comedy, games, and much, much more. You're going to have a great time while you're there. And as I've been saying all night, and Martin, don't let me down, join me in this. Billy, come on, get some of this. We about to talk about that spirit. Yes, people. Oh, God. Always got to upstage.
It's like David Ruffin over here.
Howling out there.
Why didn't go all Beyonce on it?
You kind of did. When Fang Face over there. Yeah, y'all. Talking about the spirit. A lot of you don't know. A lot of you, even I didn't know for a while. Actually, I'm lying. I knew about this. I knew about this comic. This comic was out before any of us ever made an appearance on this planet, way before we were born.
Yep.
The Spirit is a comic from back in the 40s. A very colorful adventure comic. Also a little bit racist, but hey, it was the times. But
what comic was it back then?
Yeah,
right?
but exactly. Hey, but what was not racist back then?
Not to this level.
Yeah, no, this is pretty extra right here.
Yeah.
But it was a very colorful and a very fun adventure comic. Kind of a hard-boiled, fisticuffs, film noir.
It's pulpy.
Pulpy, yeah. Not very dark. It was always, these were crime stories, but they were always fun. Think of it in a kind of a Dick Tracy kind of way.
Yeah. It's full of humor.
Yeah, and full of humor.
And Spirit was a guy who got beat up a lot. And they made fun of how he got beat up.
He just got his ass beat right now.
Oh, damn, yeah, he sure did.
He tore his ass up.
Yeah, I know.
He gets his ass beat all the time. He looks pretty good right there.
He looks confused, like, who the f*** in that bitch? Which one of y'all
He like, who the jumping?
Yeah. Oh, just you?
Who took my chain? So that was, again, the big keywords, full of adventure and colorful. Now, the movie is directed by a guy who did a very dark, gritty, and colorless comic, Sin City. A lot of you know that thanks to the movie that's out there, that the artist Frank Miller, that he co-directed with Robert Rodriguez. There you go.
A hardtop with a decent engine.
Look at all those stars. Look at all those stars slap you in the face over there. Yeah, man. So this was a success, man. This thing was because now some of y'all, some of you millennials and some of you Gen Z, you talking about how wrong this movie is. It's sexist. It's grotesque. It's just not very nice, this movie right here. Pulling a man's nuts off. We saw this movie and they pull a man's nuts off and it bleeds yellow all over the place. Yeah. But one of the critics that we saw this with, he came out and that shook his ass bad.
Oh,
Victor Diaz, he's like,
oh yeah,
that just wasn't right, man. That just wasn't right.
It's like he's pulling gristle off a steak when he does it. He's just snapping and shit.
He was outside shaking his smoke. That just wasn't right, man. He's like, did you look? He was mad. Did you like this? Are you drinking the Kool-Aid? I mean, you really think that's great?
You drinking the Kool-Aid?
Yeah. That's like
the one scene.
I told him no. I said, nah, man, that's some bullshit. I was scared. He was
push him over the edge. Yeah.
It's just they pulled a man's nuts off, man. It's just not right. You don't do that. Hey, the thing was a success nevertheless, and that's when Frank Miller, old Frankie boy, said, well, shit, man, you know what? I don't need nobody to help me direct. I don't need no man. I can do this shit by myself. You know, I can go off and make my own movie.
Yell action, yell cut. How hard can it be?
Yeah, and plus, you know, to hell with all that color that they had in the comic. I'm gonna do this my way. You know what I mean? Hey man, I'm gonna suck all the color out that comic and bring in my style. You know, I pretty much invented this look for the movies. So if it worked for Sin City, and I'm taking a property that's already beloved by people, and hey, old Frank Miller, he's already proven to be an auteur after directing half a movie. Not even a full.
Half directing a movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Half a scene.
Yeah, half a scene. Yeah. You said, you know, how hard can it be? I mean, with all of those things working for me, going for me, nothing can go wrong, right?
What are you?
You're not making this easy.
You're like, is that Samuel Jackson in drag? Yeah, people. Oh, you ain't even seen. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Just like an old 50s doctor with that thing on his head.
Boy, he's dressed like everything.
Everything, yeah.
I guess that's the whole point.
Somebody
right?
just found a box of funny costumes and said, Sam, here you go, man. Have fun.
We were going to toss these out, but if they fit.
No, don't do that.
And Johnny Depp was like, how you gonna take my shit?
I could tell you what this is about. It won't matter. I can tell you this much. I can tell you the movie was a box office failure. It came out in 2008, same year that Batman came out, and came out on Christmas Day and debuted in 9th place. Cost the company that put this out tens of millions of dollars. And all those projects, when they said before, when Frank Miller went in, and they said, boy, Frank Miller, man, genius, man. I tell you what, we know this is going to be a hit. So we got a contract for you to make 10 different movies now. You just do whatever you want to, because baby, you got carte blanche around here. This movie came out, and he called up the studio next day. Nobody answered.
Yeah, I know.
He couldn't get in. His parking space was gone.
His parking space had been painted over.
With a big X across it.
The janitor opened the door a little bit later. They don't know you around here.
You better move on, Mr. Miller.
Yeah, man, this took everything away.
And the guy in the guard booth was like, Mr. Miller, you know I'd let you in, but I got a call from the studio. They won't let me.
Yeah.
I like you, but I really need this job.
Yeah, security told her, you've been good to me, man, but they told me not to let your ass back in. I'm sorry.
You know how it is.
Hey, word from up top. Hey, liked the movie though, did you? No, not really.
Not really. Why'd you tell him that? I don't know. I feel bad for the guy.
That fool started, he lied too, because he said, they asked me to direct this movie, and I said, I'm not the man to do this. You know, you get somebody who can do him true justice. And as I was about to leave out the door, I turned around and I thought about it, and I said, but if not me, who can? And he put that on himself.
Oh my God. And then someone said, everybody else.
As it turns out, anybody but you.
How you gonna tell that story?
Yeah.
And the thing is, he was Sin City, where he's a co-director. He wasn't a co-director. Robert Rodriguez used his drawings from the actual Sin City graphic novels as storyboards.
Yeah.
And it went like he was behind the camera.
Right. Well, that explains a lot right here.
Exactly.
There. So this movie is about a policeman who died but didn't, actually came back to life for reasons we may talk about later. And since he's become immortal, he is now considered to be a protector of the city, the spirit of the city, if you will.
The self-appointed spirit of the city.
What's the city that he's in?
Central City.
Central City. Except there's a dude named the Octopus who runs who never makes any references to an octopus at all, except once. Doesn't dress like an octopus, doesn't have an octopus logo in his lair, you know. They just
ain't never seen octopus.
Yeah. Don't eat calamari, don't do none of that.
I thought maybe his mascara is supposed to be like tentacles.
Maybe, yeah. I guess that's the only octopus type, the only octopusy things that he does.
I mean,
vague reference.
As far as the comic book goes, his only resemblance is they wear the same gloves.
Okay. But he runs the criminal underworld. And hey, simply put, you know, these comics were made in simpler times. You know, back then supervillains had very simple ambitions. control the city. And if I can get that, then I don't know. I don't want too much. Maybe just the world after that. And that's what the octopus wants: world domination. When this started out, I've never seen this before. I remember being at Comic-Con and talking about it. I remember I was there at the panel with Frank Miller when he was really building it up, and everybody was getting excited for this. And everybody loved the look of Sin City. So they were looking at this and thinking, wow, this is going to even be more amazing. And Frank Miller, the man himself who just came up with that style and translated it to film, or helped to translate it to film, is over this movie. It's going to be even better. So having not seen this, looking at it, at the beginning, I will say that it actually looks very cool. In the beginning, it's very nicely framed comic book action going on.
She's always there for me.
Got that superhero landing up there.
Yeah. Like that.
Hey man, the graphics are very good here. The thing about using this particular style that he used on Sin City is that they can actually make the movies look like frames of a comic.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and
Which I like.
No, it was amazing, man. It looks incredible at the beginning.
My city. She's always there for me. She's not some tarted up fraud all dressed up.
He trying to the city.
Yeah, I know.
My woman waiting on me every night.
Yeah.
Well, my city got that sweet ass.
Yeah. And don't give it to nobody but me.
No, she's an old city. Old and proud of her every
My city about to get this dick, boy.
Got his dick in his hand while you doing the voiceover.
Yeah, right.
God damn.
That's why he's running so funny. It's like,
Get hard on it. Well, y'all, I don't think I'm gonna make it over this. Can't keep a balance now.
My city. Oh, that girl in my city.
Gonna fall off that tight wire.
Ooh,
That's
that's some good city. And that is the spirit. He's in suits. What's the guy's name?
Gabriel Macht.
Yeah. Great looking shots, great looking cinematography, graphics, great dynamic motion going on. It looks amazing. The guy won't shut up the whole time.
Jesus, he doesn't hide what she is, what she's made of. Sweat, muscle.
Frank Miller's going for that, again, that hard-boiled feel from the 40s. It's intentionally supposed to be melodramatic comic book narration. Like when the characters in comics, when they're doing their action, you see the captions, not the either thought bubbles or the captions.
yeah.
Like they did in Sin City.
Yeah, exactly.
But not continuously.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
Yeah, you just watch this opening. It's like, this guy's mentally insane.
Yeah, because after a while, it gets ridiculous.
Damn, I've got no time for this. My city screams.
Yeah, somebody's screaming.
We heard you.
Why don't you shut up and do your job? Woman screaming, and you still running your mouth.
My city screams.
Look at that, a woman being raped. I should go down there. Yeah, you should. See that he narrates everything, but you should be doing something.
Spider-Man's not even that bad.
Yeah, he sure not, man. Sure isn't. But you know what? The action still continues to be cool. If you just keep in mind that they're probably going for that feel, and you know what they're doing, all right, the action can still look great. Those fight scenes are very comic book like.
Yeah.
I thought the fight choreography in the beginning was very cool, man. See, the thing is, I'm giving this a lot of credit right now, man. I'm giving this a lot of credit for just the aesthetic, even when the dialogue starts to get worse, because now we go from narration to other characters actually talking.
That's the spirit.
God bless him.
Very corny. I think that's Frank Miller's girlfriend.
Oh, was
right
it?
there, because she ain't in nothing else but Sin City in the spirit.
Okay.
And you'll notice it a little bit right here. One thing I can give this, that they just, they did it subtly right here, but every girl that the spirit runs into, they want to have sex with him. So that's why she ain't even looking at that cop.
Yeah,
that cop like, hey girl, look at that. Hey.
She's like, what are you?
I'm right here.
Yeah. And the coolness maintains for a few minutes, man. So you've seen this. Did you see this today?
Uh-huh.
So because I don't know if you disagree or not, because I'm gonna, after I show this shot, right, I'm gonna ask you what you think about this, because I think that the coolness maintains, man. Because now, if I didn't know that this movie bombed, and I'd seen this for the first time, I would really be into this. I would be arguing about this. I was like, I know the dialogue is bad, but that's for a reason. They meant to do that on purpose. Eva Mendes, shows up. Sans Serif is a ex-girlfriend of the Spirit. And, you know, she's always great to look at, man.
Sure.
Yeah.
Shit, boy, I could
There's
just
no denying
I could
that.
watch us. She should have been Ariel. I watch us swim all day long, man. But you know, these comic book compositions, you know, they continue to be comic book pages come to life. And then this fool shows up right here. This guy. You hear the laugh,
Yeah.
and you start to catch a glimpse, and if you like me, even knowing that this man was in here, I was like, is that Samuel Jackson wearing a sombrero? And then they go to the next shot, and yeah, it's exactly who you think it is.
Underwater.
Bluff, coming up on your ass like a black ass shark.
With them teeth out and everything, boy.
This movie came out in 2008. Now, in 2008, a lot of people don't realize there were actually two Jokers that year. There was, of course, the legendary performance by Heath Ledger, and then there was Samuel Jackson.
I like better than kicking your ass all night long. Except maybe eggs.
Oh, man, sneakers.
Them little sneakers going down.
Got the little designs on the bottom.
Adidas.
Tic-tac-toe. Now, it's because of Samuel Jackson. It's like in this movie, it's like he knows he will never have a chance to play the Joker in an actual Batman movie, so he's having a fun time just playing it here, man. Just being the Joker here. The problem is that when he comes in, the movie loses focus, man, because he's the best thing and the worst thing about this movie.
Oh,
It really is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because okay, what you're saying about the aesthetic, I was like, all right, I got to give it up, even though it's just a redux of Sin City. It ain't nothing new, and it's really underpopulated and fake looking, and I kind of hate all that shit. But there is something to it.
Yeah.
Now the dialogue was just like, this is the worst. This is the absolute worst. But that's okay. Maybe we can still get through this. And then Samuel Jackson comes on, and he's so over the top.
Yeah.
And yes, he's everything that makes this movie silly, but his performance is actually pretty good. Because he's way into it.
You have never
He's
seen
committing.
it. It's funny that you will never see up to this point. Now he has more movies to make, I'm sure, but you will never see a movie where Samuel Jackson is having as much fun as he is in this movie. They gave his fool this box of costumes over here. And
Yep.
he just lost his shit. This movie said, "Fuck it." I mean, it loses his mind, man. This movie loses it. It loses it. It goes crazy.
It does.
And like Samuel Jackson came in and just drove this movie insane. Because what happens, it goes from that film war gritty tone that we have set up before to Looney Tunes. It turns into a cartoon, man. It goes from a hard-boiled noir superhero comic to a straight-up Looney Tunes cartoon.
Worse before it gets better, pretty boy. Right about
Yeah, you playing whack-a-mole with it.
Oh, I know.
What a cinder block.
cinder block.
Beating him over the head.
Yeah. See, both of them are immortal, so in a way they're like tombs.
Right,
You know, you
yeah.
can't kill them.
Yeah.
But he took it literally like they're cartoons. So my man went from being the Joker to Wile E. Coyote all of a sudden.
You know, he turned into with Judge Doom, kind of.
Yeah.
Didn't that feel a little Judge Doom vibe there from
Felt like
Roger
Wile E.
Rabbit?
Coyote. He was like,
Yeah, with that.
my name is Mud.
He did everything except hold up a little sign.
Yeah,
before he went down.
Marty.
You know, hell with Wile E. Coyote. Let's do the big man right here. Let's do Bugs Bunny.
Now I know there's a 6'3"
Hey, he don't see that man.
Oh, shit.
I know there's a Samuel Jackson around here somewhere.
With that look, too.
Like he's about to rob his ass.
I know. With a you know, he looked like Well, you look at him all day, he look like Sam Jackson for Coming to America. Like he about to rob the goddamn McDonald's or some shit. Oh shit!
Oh shit! God damn, that black snake moan came out of his head right there. Boy, you got the sex up in you. You got the devil up in you, boy. Laugh, bitch.
That's a cross between black snake mode. I'm gonna dance for your mama.
I've got a toilet just for you.
Just a little jug of fever in there.
Toilets are always funny.
Not when you open my face.
hey,
Not when you hit me over the head with one.
His nostrils are as big as his eyes.
You can put his eyeballs up in his nostrils.
In all fairness, he's always had a big ass nostrils now. Come on now.
And then, hey, they said since we going all Toon right now, let's just take this shit straight to Toontown.
And the balls.
In the balls. Big ass wrench or something.
I was gonna say, what is that?
that's
He hit
just
him
so
with?
like he's just pulling random shit out of the harbor. What is that?
Now we are Roger Rabbit
Yeah.
territory right here. Now, to Samuel Jackson's credit right here, you know, he's the one that's making all this decent because he's got the right attitude. Like, you know, he's got material that's just stupid to work with. And that's the thing. He says, you know what, this material is stupid, so I'm just going to act stupid. I'm just going to be crazy with this. The problem is that Frank Miller, unlike Samuel Jackson, who is a pro and can make anything fun, you know, make anything look professional, you know, Frank Miller's making everyone else take this shit seriously. You know, Samuel Jackson's the one who recognizes what it's for, and he's having fun with it. Everybody else has to come in and say this dialogue seriously. They have to come in and say it with a straight face. You know, they have to come in and say this with a little sense of humor to the point where some of this stuff, it don't even make sense. Like, I didn't understand this scene right here. You know, the man who's playing, your boy is playing the spirit right here. This is supposed to be his shot.
Oh, okay. I mean, he's pretty terrible in this.
Yeah.
And they give him terrible lines, and he's not good at delivering them. And I was like, man, yeah, this is supposed to be your shot. You're the hero of this, and I don't like you.
No,
Wow.
and I don't blame him because he's supposed to be directed, and he's directed terribly here. So after this fight, I don't know why he's acting like this. You'll see what I'm talking about, and I'll show you.
Anybody watching could have seen I had you right where I wanted you.
In your dreams.
You're talking crazy. You're talking crazy talk.
Okay, y'all, they have not had a shot. They did not drink.
Was he drinking tequila with him or something?
They are not intoxicated. They ain't drunk. They didn't take a bump. They ain't shot heroin. They all they did was, all my man had was a toilet dropped on his head. So maybe that's it. But you got one dude who's acting tired, Samuel Jackson, and the other dude is acting drunk off his ass.
Right.
And it don't make sense.
Crazy talk.
Yeah, you're talking crazy. You're talking crazy talk. And they keep doing it. You got Samuel Jackson, who's, again, a guy who's actually being more serious than him and making it work. And this guy's just catching the wrong tone for this. He's acting drunk. And I don't know why.
Well, I'll be learning you.
I'll be learning you.
Black son of a bitch.
If you ever talked about girl again.
You know your place. If you look at all the other people in here, they're not directed well. All of them are directed in a way to where either they're being too serious, too melodramatic, or they just not catching whatever the scene is.
monotone.
Or monotone. Yeah, this is.
Okay.
Frank Miller's just not good with actors in here.
He's definitely
he's
the
not a
director,
director.
too.
You know,
Yeah.
he hasn't directed anything since, has he? He not.
No.
Because I don't know.
At some point, you got to take the reins, like Sam Jackson's doing. I mean, you know, and just say, hey, that's fine, but you know what? We already too far into this for you to fire
Yeah.
me, so I'm going to go ahead and do my thing because my name's on this. My face is on this.
Now,
You know.
now, if it weren't for Samuel Jackson in this, if he wasn't in here, this thing would probably be unbearable. Because like Martin said, everybody's kind of monotone and everybody's just terrible. It's just fun to see Samuel Jackson. You kind of wait for him to come in and just make
really
everything
do.
crazy. Because you see him having a great time. And even then, there's certain times you got to ask yourself, what the are you doing? I mean, I like you in this, but what are you doing? Because every different scene, they come to, he's got a different costume for no reason
No reason.
at all. after wearing that trench coat, hop along hat thing he had on, he shows up 10 minutes later in this movie like this. Coming in here dressed like a samurai, slicing up his henchmen. Why? This movie don't even know the how they doing it. They don't know why.
It really doesn't add up to anything. I mean, he's not just a samurai. He's got clearly pasted on sideburns.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Peeling on the side.
And he actually knows that because every night he taps him to keep him in place. So he knows that he's wearing a crazy ass costume. Now I tell y'all, man, and it's funny because it's crazy.
Well, I guess his character, I guess he's eccentric, so he wants to dress in different things.
It'd be nice to know just a little bit why,
bit,
just a
He ain't tell
just
you
a
shit.
little something. He ain't know you right about that. Yeah.
Cut your ass in half.
He does it because he's evil.
Half this movie has no explanation for what they do.
It was almost like this would be a cool visual. Go with it.
Yes. No,
Why would we just? It looked cool. That's why I just told you. Do
yeah.
that. What else you want? Go get me a bagel. Son of a bitch.
Sam Jackson's game. You pay him his 10, he gonna do.
Yeah. No,
I'm gonna do this the way I want to, but I'll put whatever you want
for
on
this.
it.
Like, he fully committed to it. As stupid as it was, and he went for it.
Which is why he's coming off
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
No, he really is, man. He really is.
Why is he cutting everybody out? Are you mad at him?
You know what? I will ask you that. I won't tell you. I will ask you this. You didn't even see this movie, but I will ask you why. I will ask you.
Cut old man going out, didn't he?
It was screaming and hollering too.
He said,
Just screaming and hollering, going crazy and shit. And
oh God.
get that man some dad grass. Settle his ass down.
I don't know if that's gonna do it.
I don't know if that's gonna do it. He's pretty hyped there right now, man. He's kind of wild. But if anybody needed some ass grass,
Need some ass.
need some ass,
and some grass.
some ass and some grass. But if anybody needs some dad grass, mom grass, dog, cat grass, any of that, but dad grass and mom grass, get them both. Get him to settle his ass down, because that's what dad grass is for. Dad grass is for people who need to mellow out, like Samuel Jackson in here, and for people like me who can't handle all that hard stuff out there. You know, I can't hang with Mary Jane too well. I tried. I fall asleep. I start talking crazy. I start talking gibberish. Now, I'm not good company when that happens. But you give me some of that dad grass, and if y'all want me to be honest with you, I might actually have some tonight. Dad grass is 100% organic, pre-rolled joints or other products that they have here. Now, when I say joints, YouTube, don't think we're talking about drugs or we're peddling drugs. This is, again, 100% legal, and it's not the hard stuff. And like I said, it's for people out there who don't even want to hit that hard stuff, man. These are people who want to relax. But they're 100% organic pre-rolled joints that are very low in THC, but high in that CBD. That you can enjoy the effects of it with a clear head, man. Martin, I've told you this every week when we talk about this. It's like having a glass of wine instead of the whole bottle. Mm-hmm. But Martin's a wino. He says, I want the whole bottle. But they have what's that?
I'm a lightweight now.
Well, then this is for you, man. And they've been endorsed by anywhere from GQ to Vice to Thrillers to the Strategist to Uprocks. All of these are reputable sources here. And they have so many other products here. Like, I don't really do a lot of smoke, man. I don't like inhaling smoke, but I have had these tinctures here, and those are great. You just put a little drop under your tongue and you're good to go. Of course, gummies are my favorite, and they've gotten on the gummy game, and it's very good. They've sent me some gummies, and I enjoy them very much. If you have a little pup like I do, who, I don't know, loud noises, the rain, thunder, and all that kind of stuff makes him a little nervous, and that does with her. She just follows me everywhere I go when it starts to rain. She can't stand it. But I'm thinking about getting her some of these CBD dog treats over here to settle her down. And get some from Mojo too, because Mojo's a little high strung.
He sure is.
Yeah.
I mean, I know when the doorbell rings.
Yeah.
He's activated.
Yeah, next time you might hear him. Yeah, get him some.
Somebody get that door.
Yeah, man. So, they have a lot of things for everybody, including your best furry friend over there, and however you like to take it. So if this sounds pretty good to you, if you one that needs to be mellowed out, but again, you're like men, you can't handle anything kind of hard out there, let me go ahead and show you how to get this. I didn't pull this up because I forgot to do it because I was actually ready early tonight. Whenever I'm ready early, I forget things. But let me pull this up for you because this is another bonus. Don't order yet. Stop. Just wait a minute. Just hold on. Type in dadgrass.com/toasted and get 20% off your first order. That's dadgrass.com/TOASTED for 20% off your first order. And I just turned down something today that I didn't want to sell to y'all out there. So whenever I'm pitching something to you, it's something I think you'll like or something I've used myself and I enjoy. And I've enjoyed this very much. Dadgrass, man. I love it. This is something I would buy on my own if they're not sending it to me. So trust me on this. Get it. I want to thank Dadgrass for sponsoring this portion of the show. And I want to thank all of you out there for supporting us as well, which you have done very much this week. And I thank you very much for that. Let me see here. So yeah, every scene, man, every scene. You ain't, like I said, that samurai bit right there, you ain't seen nothing.
All right.
Ain't seen nothing. Later on, my man comes in dressed like Kanye.
Oh my God. Oh, yeah.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag, ain't that but a bitch?
Yo, Guten Tag. Guten Tag. Now this one right here, he's dressed up like a black Nazi, man. Yep. This one's borderline offensive. Because just for the reason that they're doing it for no reason.
For no reason, yeah.
Yeah, they just have the swastika and what's that?
Like I said, it's just, it looks cool.
That's it.
It's great graphic iconography. That's about it.
That's about it, man. It just looks cool. He's coming in dressed like a Nazi because the swastika is a cool symbol. You use it graphically. That's what he's thinking. I mean, and what's really crazy about this is that like they go all the way. Mm-hmm. I would say this. He commits to it. Like he's got, because I would stop. I would feel nervous with the swastika. At this point, if I was a Jew, I'd be like, man. But he got my man Hitler in the background.
Music and ambition, making up God's afterlives, all to keep our eyes off that immovable, impassable diamond.
He's like, y'all serious with this shit?
Yeah.
Right. Like, really?
Even Scarlett Johansson's like,
yeah,
he's doing it again. Every Tuesday.
She's
about to kill,
she's about to kill the spirit, but she's like, I'm so sorry about this. You're not Jewish, are you?
I'm not with this part.
Yeah. He does some hardcore Nazi shit. Cause
he starts doing Zeke Highland shit.
Oh no, he goes harder than that. Oh. My man, so he brings in my man melts a cat. Not I'm sorry, no, not a cat, but a kitten. Cute little kitten, man. Turns that fool into liquid.
It's kind of sad.
Now I'm laughing. I know some of y'all mad right now. I know.
It's only one cat.
It's only one cat, yeah.
There's millions of others.
If it makes you feel better, that cat put the spirit into a rage and made him probably saved his life. He said, "I'm gonna get you for muffins." That cat is named Muffins. I know y'all are mad about this. Some of y'all don't. You like cats. You don't want to see any kind of violence, but it is kind of funny. That cat start melting. You can tell that they just lowering the floor. And that cat.
No, I can't help it.
Man, that's so fake. You know what I'm talking about? I thought you said violence against animals. Not a little elevator.
Yeah. I tell you, they just lower the floor.
Let me tell you something, people. Ain't nothing happened to that goddamn cat.
I'll tell you what happened to that cat. Somebody was holding that cat and just did this.
That cat eating food right there.
That cat ain't feeling nothing. That cat didn't show no sign of pain or agony. That cat was like, oh shit, it feels kind of good.
Yeah,
man, this is 2008. That cat's dead now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's ridiculous.
But they left the cutest part in case you want a souvenir. Because, you know, cat's eyes are made out of marbles.
I know, I was gonna say, come on, marble ass eyes.
Oh, taxidermy.
Yeah.
The Muppet eyes.
Come on, that's not even any residual fur.
No.
Nope.
Well, it's all melted, man. That's how good that liquid is.
And they couldn't even try to make them sound like they had to add the sound effect of the clink, clink.
Yeah, they sure
Those
did.
aren't real eyes because there's a marble.
Yeah. I like the way the sink is looking at you now.
Yeah.
By the end of it, he goes all out. Now I could probably understand like the trench coat and hop along hat because that's kind of trench coats are villainous.
Right.
You know, you don't get no more villainous than a Nazi, and Nazis always want world domination. So
wear trench coats.
and wear trench coats.
Yeah.
So as borderline offenses as that might have been, I get it. At the end, I don't know what you doing.
Nobody goes anywhere. Floss, fetch me that face, please.
Got his ass a straight up drag queen
Yeah, I'm
now.
telling you.
I can't tell if he's a pimp or a hoe.
Yeah, well,
A combination of both in one.
Slapped his own
Yeah,
self.
yeah, he's a hemp or a pole.
like Diana Ross in the winter.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's other times like listen, I love that Samuel Jackson agreed to just go all out with this, man. He's dedicated. He's stuck to it. Cause there are moments he just looks crazy in here. They got some frames where he looks like somebody's black grandma at a funeral. Right before they start crying over the body.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you look over there, it's like, oh, it's about to happen.
Yeah, but they about to start leaning over the body. Jesus! No!
Not my baby.
My baby ain't done nothing, nobody.
Hey, waiting for a bus in
Yeah,
DC.
yeah.
Cold ass weather.
And it's just plain ridiculous.
Yeah, that's where we've been for a while now. Yeah, you're right about that. That's the truest thing you ever said. He's a huge improvement over one of the original black characters they had in here.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, they had a dude named, well, his name just racist, Ebony White.
Oh, whoa,
Yeah,
shit.
Lips so big they touch his nostrils, man.
Oh
Look
my
at that.
God.
Ain't no space between that top lip and that nose.
Got his tongue all out.
It's really weird because you read the comic, there's nothing racist about it, and then you get to that character who's the spirit's sidekick, and it's just so like, what the actual.
Now they improved it over years. That's Ebony, because you better not do that shit today.
Right.
That's the Ebony White right
Ebony
there.
White.
And they should have changed that name. But yeah, that's him from back in the day. Like I didn't even know that was human because he got an anus for a mouth.
Right, but look at his lips because he got money.
Yeah.
So is he? I mean, it's like
he's his little boy sidekick.
Right, I know, but
and it's funny because he gets into like this is how this goes to show you again and y'all I'm gonna tell you, you're not gonna like the way I'm talking, but I'm gonna tell you how it is. I wish I could find the cover. There's another cover where this is truly from the male objectification point of view, the white male objectification point of view, because he's drawn all grotesque and
right,
weird.
sure, like a monkey.
There's a girl that he likes, a black girl, and she's drawn human, attractive.
Okay,
Looks nice.
Yeah, because they would hit that.
Yeah, that's what they want. Yeah,
Yeah.
They ain't gonna.
Yeah, right.
I'm like looking at them lips, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. They might. Yeah.
They might-
And I'm like, he's looking at his list with money. He's like, stick to a stereotype, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Frank Miller just doesn't do any of this very well. They got these henchmen in here, and they're all played by one dude, because I guess they're clone, but they don't explain how or why. And this actor here, they played by Louis Lombardi.
Yeah, he's in The
Yeah.
Sopranos and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
And
Usual
so,
Suspects.
and it's not clear why they cloned this character. It's not clear how they cloned this character. There's no explanation for this. What is clear is that this guy is directed very badly as a clone because he's supposed to be talking to himself in certain scenes. And between him not knowing who to talk to, not knowing how to act when there's no one there, and Frank Miller directing this bad because he got all these gaps of him answering himself.
I know.
You see,
yeah.
boy, it's embarrassing. It's like a kid directed this because he'll say something, and you could tell like they just trying to wait for the other the other shot to talk
Sure.
because there's all these gaps and pauses in there that are just awkward.
They didn't bother to have a double read with him.
Yeah.
Or editor.
Where's the truck? Silken Floss is the most beautiful woman ever. She was supposed to be here. How are we supposed to find the way without Silken Floss? Where's the truck?
He's like, tired of all
Right,
that.
that is so bad.
No, it's terrible.
And he's a great actor, that guy.
I actually like him in this.
Right.
Just being an idiot sidekick to clone. He's oblivious to everything's going on, but it's something about the way this actor does it. I was like, all right, dude, I'm gonna give you props.
Frank Miller's just horny.
He loves to objectify women. Doesn't he?
So horny.
Yeah, he loves sexy women. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But he just these women are here just for his fantasy, man. You know, he's the spirit actually, and women are just there to please him, man. He's just horny with it, and he's just childish with it at the same time. Eva Mendes, again, another one who's horrible. Not because she's a horrible actress, but because they can't find the right tone for her, so she comes off just awkward. Because I can't tell what she's doing here. Is she meant to be bad? Is this done on purpose, or is she just lost and don't know what to do and reading her lines badly? Either way it goes, it's terrible. Because we can't figure it out on our own.
I don't see what use I could possibly be to you, Detective. I have nothing to offer this rotten little town of yours. As a matter of fact, I despise it.
What movie you in?
Wow, yeah, that's like a bad Henrik Ibsen play.
Yeah,
I mean, if you get that reference,
it's shit is Laura. As the world turns, a General Hospital or something.
No, you really expect an organ to come in.
Shit, this is a dead goddamn high school play. I'm acting with a girl that did. Yeah, it's a high school play. Shit, this is the worst actress in the thing. This is when the real actress got sick that day and couldn't be in there. The understudy came in.
Understudy of the understudy.
Yeah.
I don't see what use I could possibly be to you, Detective. I have nothing to offer this rotten little town of yours.
But I tell you what, she was terrible right there, but he's got her acting her ass off when she actually has to put her ass in it.
You sold me out.
I didn't have any choice.
And ran smack into the octopus.
Xerox in her ass. And by the way, that's just not a Xerox machine. That's an X-ray machine too.
Right.
See all them cheeks up in there?
You sure do.
Right through the skirt.
Yeah.
I was like, this is just childish.
I'm proud. You don't see her anus up on there.
I know, but
got ass. But I tell you what, listen, I've been talking a lot of shit about Frank Miller, but that ass is good. I can't blame him for putting it in there. There's a part where I had to stop and I just let it pause for about 5 minutes. Just sat like this, just staring at that ass.
Okay. Put a robe on or something, but no tricks.
Yes, sir, Mr. Spirit, sir.
Ooh. Damn.
Okay.
Like shit, I'm gonna get a peek of this. He tried to act all gentleman and shit, put a robe on and turn that ass around so I can see.
Right. Well, look,
But it's a mirror over there.
Don't put a robe on. You might be able to hide a weapon or something in there. Just talk to me, girl.
Like Martin says, a mirror over there. He's like, shit, you can't get by on those. Can't get one over on those spirit.
Yeah.
I still see that crack over here.
I wonder, was that a double or was that her?
That's her. I hope.
You said it a little too quickly.
I honestly, I don't know, but let's not. Hey, let's
I don't care who it was. It looked good.
Yeah, that's great. Shit, it might have been his ass.
They ain't spending money on people to help people read lines double. So
most of the women in here who went on to make it big are bad here, man. You said like they're monotone because they have nothing to do, or either they have things to do but don't know how to do it because nobody's giving them direction, or they just. Scarlett Johansson just here to get her money.
I thought there was one scene where she had some decent lines with personality, but she was like, "You ain't getting my personality. I am going to read everything like this, as if it was programmed from a card." She's
terrible. She's terrible in this.
Terrible.
But it's because either she don't care, or Frank Miller didn't care, or nobody gave a shit.
You know, you could have offed her and brought back both boxes. That would have simplified things considerably.
He like, damn, I went on to make movies with you. How the hell did that happen? How did we end up being in the Avengers together?
Well,
it makes you wonder if when she got cast as a Black Widow, was he like, oh no,
shit, not this bitch.
Goddamn Elvis sideburns.
But also, you said you went on to make it big. You know, let's be honest, they were already. They were already famous. They were already names by the time.
Samuel Jackson was huge.
No, I'm talking about Eva Mendes and Scarlett Johansson.
That's what I'm saying. You know, these people went on to make it big. Oh, but yeah,
they were already names.
They were already
came
names.
out. Yeah, so they ain't got no goddamn business doing this kind of shit. Is what I'm saying. That's my point. I'm not trying to make it. That right there was just I don't give a. That was the way she did that.
I know.
I'm like,
it's
you all, really don't
care. It's all through with this where I was just like, all right, I get it. You got a terrible director and worse dialogue, but some people know how to come through, and some of y'all are just not even trying.
Samuel Jackson, I guarantee you, he has awful dialogue. I'll learn you good. That's horrible, but he knows how to make it good.
Yeah, Dan Lara and Sarah Paulson. I was like, all right, they work here.
Well, Sarah Paulson is good, and she plays a surgeon, but the only thing she wants to operate on is a spirit's dick. Like she's good, but she's just there to. She's just there because you see it. She's just there to try to Beard. That's all.
And they get mad when other women try to.
No, but man, he does her dirty, man. He does her dirty because he just propped her up against. You saw what happened. Now y'all saw this. I gotta call bullshit on him, man, because y'all saw this. He propped her ass
up against the wall
and got her ass all nice and horny and hot. And then another piece of ass walk in the room. And I ain't bullshit. Look,
come on, Spirit.
It's an honor to meet you, Mr. Spirit. I'm Morgenstern.
Good to have you aboard, Morgenstern.
Bitch, I know you did.
Yeah, I'll kill both of y'all.
The hell? I mean, does her, but right there, he was just, listen, compared to what he does later, that's just being polite. You know, kissing the hand, because later on, shit, he almost tries to have sex in front of Eva Mendes in front of her, and I don't blame her.
Like, I know they didn't again.
Denied, bitch. Because after he's got his tongue down that girl's throat, man, he goes back over there. Hey, what does he do? Oh, girl, you know that was not.
Yeah.
And you know she gonna fall for it.
Yeah. Look at her face.
Okay.
All right.
Gabriel Macht, who's a spirit. I think he has what it takes to be a superhero, man. You know, that ship is probably sailed, but you know, he's got the look, he's got the charm, you know, he had the physique at the time. You know, everything's going for him, man. It was just this was supposed to be his shot, but this film gave him nothing. In fact, this movie's got him just. What really hurt him is that this movie got him just monologuing through the whole movie and just monologuing to nothing. Either to himself, or there's even a couple of scenes where he's talking to a cat.
God damn, man.
That's what I say. He comes off like he's a crazy person, a crazy homeless person. This is my city and I protect it. This whole city?
Yeah.
Just you?
Yeah. And at first you think like he's monologuing in his head. No, he's saying that shit out loud.
Yeah, we had us a time, all right. The way only city kid.
And that cat's being nice.
Yeah.
Because after a while, that cat don't want to hear that shit.
The cat's got to eat
Yeah, the cat's like, hey, man, we do this every day. I'm tired of this.
There's only one way this locket ended up in poor Sussman's hands. Bring her in.
Thought he'd never shut the
That cat's like, I'm out of here.
That cat is good to get the hell out of there.
That cat been running already.
Well, I thought he'd never shut up.
There he goes again. Shit.
The commissioner was good, man.
Yeah, Dan Laura.
Dan Laura,
yeah, he's actually really good, man. And you know, you can really tell how good he is when you got somebody. Now, Gabriel Macht. I mean, he's continuing to work and he's good, and not in this. Not in this. But still, though, there are some people who I don't know, man. Either he was just given the worst lines because he's the lead, or he just cannot take bad material and bring it up like the other people can, like Samuel Jackson and what's his guy's
Dan
name?
Laura.
Dan Laura. They're like he because when you watch those two together, you see just how good Dan Laura is.
Your whole theory doesn't make any sense.
Hey, it fits together like goddamn macrame once you factor in her.
I never heard of any sans serif. You're lying.
God damn it, you're terrible.
I was the dad in the Wonder Years.
Who trained you, boy?
I love it. God damn it, get back here and do that scene again. We ain't ending like that. We ain't ending like that, God damn it.
And you know what? And the spirit is just not an effective hero, man, because it doesn't help if no one fears him, or even worse, no one respects him. No one thinks he's cool at all.
Will you look at that?
What's that beat all?
Street pizza.
You look stupid.
Damn. I love everybody's kind of dancing around in that one. That one brother's like, you look stupid.
Boy, he brought it out there.
He sure did.
It looks stupid. I'd rather they just stop. It's a good thing that nothing makes sense, because when you try to explain things, it makes even less sense. It's like it just goes from not making sense to just being bad. They try to actually tell you what the story is in this, and that don't work at all. It makes no sense.
It's so late in the game.
It's
too.
yeah.
Oh, no.
I don't want to hear this.
You
now.
need to start at the beginning of the movie with this R.
Yeah, because humans and gods, well, they don't mix very well.
Was Heracles.
And we found his ass. Well, his blood anyway. He left some blood around.
Wait, what? Zeus? What? Wait a minute, Zeus and the blood of Hercules or whatever? You just can't casually say that shit and then continue on with the movie.
They start talking about it like it's a myth. And then we found the blood of Heracles. And it's like, wait, now you're saying it's real? All within 2 sentences?
Yeah, and then they just put in the ball and drop it and treat it like like it's nothing. That shit's a whole other movie. Or we need to stop and listen. I don't like a whole lot of like flashbacks, but you need to show something here. Or we need to like explore this some more. You just don't talk about the Zeus and the blood of Heracles and just move on like that's nothing. No, come here.
You're like, come back over
bring
here.
your ass back over here. No,
Just
this
like a Nazi.
needs explanation, exploration,
No, it doesn't.
Expansion. You know,
Well, that's the ridiculous lines, and she delivered those the best I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Like just that little couple of lines she just did. But anyway,
the ending is all
Blood
right.
Heracles.
Yeah, the ending is cool because they wrapping this shit up for one. It's about to be done. But sad, they just go all out like they just have to get rid of Sam Jackson. Like they have a fight, but it ain't really that much of a great climax. It's just like, all right, man, you gotta go. So they just give him a grenade and blow his head.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, he blows up nice though.
Oh,
Blew him
wow.
up in that pimp coat.
Yeah, Pirko. What was it, stuck in his jacket or something?
Yeah, stuffed it in there. You're like, oh, wait a minute, it's tangled up. Hold on now. And that was Jamie Kennedy, not Jamie Kennedy, but
Jamie King.
Jamie King as Death. That's why you saw this woman run up on him.
Which you barely see her.
I didn't forgot she was in the movie.
I know. They didn't have her name prominently, but then they whenever it's a close up, it's so close you can't tell who it is. Like you could have just got anybody.
You really could have. Yeah, you really could have. But now here's what it really did end cool because they blew up the octopus, but yet
of course you like this.
Of course I like. I like dumb shit like this, and this almost made the movie good for me, man. He survives. Little black ass finger crawling. Little worm.
We start from scratch.
Boy, that is a happy ass finger.
Yeah, I know. Right? Put right back in there. There's a couple other pieces in here. You can go in there.
Yeah, don't get me about it no more. I can stay right here. I will say I do. That's the end of the movie. But I will say something I did like, and I thought this was pretty well directed. They had a part with the young actors. I thought the young actors were cast pretty well.
That was good casting.
Yeah, Johnny Simmons and was Seychelle Gabrielle. But Frank Miller actually directed this little short part of the movie that was it was Sans Serif and the Spirit as teenagers, and they were starting to date. And that was, I have to say that part was actually
flashback.
It's a flashback, and it wasn't directed too bad, man. It's like if you take it as a little short film, it's probably the best directed thing in the movie.
I don't know what I am or how long I got. Heck, maybe I'll live forever.
Shit.
That's him. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. He ends the movie monologuing, and to that cat who don't want nothing to do with that cat. That cat was about to jump off that building. He's like, no.
I want to end it all.
I can't take this. That cat was about to jump. I don't want to hear this shit. No.
Or how long I got.
Oh, Jesus, please,
Oh,
no.
shit.
Denny Colt is dead. I'm something else.
Yeah, okay, man. Yeah.
You look down at that cat that slit his wrist with his claws. I'm going to get out of here. I ain't listening to you.
But that short part that I was telling you about, this is it right here. This is, I actually like this a little bit. Not great, but it's pretty good.
The Argonauts. Imagine Jason and Heracles back to back.
Yeah, those actors were really good, man. They had chemistry with each other, and I thought the visuals were pretty cool. And I thought it was
visuals are pretty coul.
Yeah, it was a pretty nice little short film within a film, man. I like that. But yeah, it's this movie baffled me, man. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, I believe I first saw it in the theater when I went to.
Oh, you saw it?
When we went to New York for that Biggie Smalls movie.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and I had a night, and I think they were showing it. And I went and sat and started watching it. And I was just in there going, oh my God.
That experience.
It was excruciating. Now, watching it again today, this morning, it was like, well, okay, that happened. It didn't hurt me so much, but it was so like, wow, talk about something that just went way off the rails.
Fascinating to watch. I've always wanted to see this because I really wanted to see what people were talking about. And I kind of see what people talking about at the same time. No one knows what this was talking about. So it's an interesting look at a first time director coming in and directing a movie and seeing where all the places where he stumbled. Because if you look at this, his big flaw is that he can't find a tone for this movie. He wants to do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about a guy who made some legendary comics, The Dark Knight Returns. You know, whether he directed it or not, or whatever he did on it, his name is attached to Sin City with the comic and the movie.
And 300.
And 300. Right. So Hollywood already gave this guy what he wanted, you know, and he didn't know what to do with it. So he can't find a tone. Can't find tone in his movie, and he's really bad with actors. Terrible with actors. I would love to see if he learned anything from that and what he would do with something else, whether it's an episode of a show or something, you know?
I mean, I just look at what his comic book work went, and it kind of like artwork wise went further downhill, experimental, but extreme and hardcore. And he did this whole thing where he came to DC. He's like, I got a new idea for a Batman comic. It's going to knock your socks off. We're going to have Batman go over to Afghanistan and fight the Taliban, or it was Al Qaeda at the time, because you know, he's very reactionary. He got into the crime comics because he was in New York and he got mugged, and he became like a Bernard Getz fan, like wanting that. And then with 9/11, he's all about, man, we got to get these towel heads. So yeah, DC was like, oh, that's nice. No, we're not doing that with Batman. Sorry. And so he started his own thing with a different character who's basically Batman, being as Islamophobic as you could possibly be.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go, y'all.